Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is me again, bringing you Hermes, another brand new video. Today, I've seen a few people talk about this. It's, something that I've personally wanted to talk about for a long time, like years, but I never did because I sort of stopped uploading YouTube videos. But before we get into it, can you please give this video a like? And please subscribe. It helps the channel grow, and we are doing so well. Everybody, the comments, the subscribes, the subscriptions, the likes, everything is with this channel is going amazingly, and I would really appreciate it if you could give the channel a subscription and a likes. And let me know what you guys want to see, because I'm happy to make pretty anything really. I'm just a gun at gaming, so my only downfall is my hardware at the moment. But anyway, let's get into it. Campaigns in Call of Duty and Black Ops Battlefield, right? The Battlefield campaign has received a lot of mixed feedback, but a lot of, I think it's swayed mainly towards the negative feedback. And I want to read a few things, and I want to give my own personal opinions, right? We'll get to my personal opinion, but I'm going to read out some positive and sort of mixed, balanced sort of reviews, all right? This is Battlefield 6. Polygon says Battlefield 6 campaign misses the mark despite the occasional impressive set piece. Final Weapon calls it a return to form in many aspects, noting the single-player campaign reminds players what Battlefield is all about, and that missions feel more crafted than mere multiplayer maps pasted on. Sports Skeeter describes it as a visual spectacle let down by its story. Great presentation, weaker storytelling. Inverse calls the campaign unoriginal and stumbles through its 6-hour runtime, but still says the multiplayer is the best it's been in over a decade. And the gamer's verdict, an enjoyable little addition, but not the reason to buy Battlefield. And last but not least, NME notes that the campaign is criminally short, around 6 hours after patches. Now, there's some of that I agree and some of that I disagree. I'm more on the balanced sort of, it's not great. So my original thoughts on this campaign are, it is exactly what Battlefield is. It is destruction. It is all-out warfare. It is guns, tanks, jets, planes, buildings demolishing. It is big, massive maps. It is amazing scenery. And it is literally the definition of Battlefield, right? The story, I couldn't even tell you what the story is about because I skipped. After the first couple of missions listening to it, I was like, go fuck yourself. This is the most boring shit I've ever heard in my life. It's pretty short, but I tell you what, it was a grind. Battlefield's been out for 5 days now. I've put 22 hours. Actually, I can't really see it for you, but I've put over 22 hours into the game, right? And the 6 hours, if it actually is 6 hours, that it takes to do the multiplayer felt like the biggest drag of my life. The game was so visually appealing. Half the time I was like, wow, it looks good. It looks open. It wasn't just as, who said it? It's not just Final Weapon said it's more than crafted the mere multiplayer maps pasted on. A lot of these Call of Duty and Battlefield campaigns, historically, and 99% of the time, are the multiplayer maps, but like with a bit more detail and attention to detail, right? They can focus more on graphics because you don't have the multiplayer servers running, right? And you don't have to connect to 100 other players. So it's more visually appealing, right? And everything functions a little bit different. And the maps are stunningly gorgeous. They're beautiful. The scenery, you'll see it soon. There's so much amazing visuals to this game. But every mission was the same boring shit. And it's not like the old Call of Duties where it had character. There's no character anymore. Even the old Battlefields had storyline and character. This was just a freaking fucking, we need to put a campaign in, let's just chuck this in there. Community feedback. On Steam forums, one player wrote, "Personally, even after completing it on hardest difficulty, it felt better than anything after 4, but still not as good as 4's campaign. Plus, 9 missions feels a bit lacking. Campaign could have had more love." See, 9 missions seems tiny. 9 missions, 6 hours. I tell you that I'm not lying when I tell you it felt like a fucking grind. It was so hard to get through. Screen Rant reports fans are divided. While some praise the campaign's ambitions, others criticize shallow characters and weak story, pointing out that Battlefield historically is not known for its campaign quality. I've never really known a Battlefield campaign to be popular. Like Call of Duty had Soap and the guy in the Ghost. Like they had a lot of memorable characters back in the day. Their stories had chutzpah. They had character. They had a feeling. They had an emotion. Battlefield never had that, but they were able to mix it up and make it fun. It's just not fun anymore. In EA forums, community feedback often centers on keeping roots, not chasing trends, and concerns that campaign investment might be cut in favor of multiplayer. I'll get there. Level Up Talk notes performance concerns from players, frame rate, smoothness forming part of the early discourse around Battlefield 6. My shitty PC could handle the campaign. I have everything set to low, but yeah. The consensus is that Battlefield 6's campaign is visually strong and has moments. Agree. But many feel the story pacing and depth are undercooked. Players tend to accept it as a bonus rather than the core draw. The community is mixed, some hopeful, some disappointed. And that's where it is. The campaigns in 2025 and let's say the last 5-6 years have not really been the core focus as they were when gaming was good. When gaming was good and you bought a Call of Duty, I'm using Call of Duty because they have the most memorable campaigns and they were all different and they were fun and exciting and it was beautiful, right? It had memories, it had feeling, it had emotion, it had character. Now, these days, even Call of Duty, I didn't even play the Black Ops 6 campaign. I haven't played any campaign. That Battlefield 6 is the first campaign I've played, and that's mainly because I really just wanted to play a single player game, work through a story, but it was so shit that I regretted it, right? I think personally they should just remove the campaign. Get those people that are working on the campaign to add some sort of storyline to the multiplayer if you can, right? Get them to work on multiplayer. Get more people testing it. Get more people developing it. Get more ideas. But the campaign is just not needed anymore, and I don't know why they insist on adding it. They don't care about it. It's half-assed. It's shit. And it just doesn't make any sense to want to put a campaign that you don't give a fuck about that just makes the whole game overall look pretty shit. And what I want to do now is I want to compare, right? I got AI, ChatGPT, to do a bit of a comparison, right? And it's some interesting data here. 10 years ago, right? Mid-2010s. Campaign strength and what people liked. Strong narrative arcs. Memorable characters. Mission variety. Emotional beats. More risk. Wow. Spot on. Right? Notable examples. Black Ops 2 is often praised for branching paths and depths. I couldn't agree more. Black Ops 2 had an amazing campaign. It was futuristic. It was beautiful. Right? We look at the transitional period, 2016 to 2020. Campaigns still mattered. Experimentation, futuristic settings, narrative mechanics. The critiques, some campaigns started showing signs of formula fatigue, right? It was the same repetitive, like it's not a storyline, like GTA, man. Every year that comes out, 99% of the people buy it for the story. And I don't think Call of Duty or Battlefield has had that in the last 10 years, 5 years, 8 years, right? COD Black Ops Cold War often had multiple endings. Black Ops Cold War had multiple endings. They had choice and some non-linear missions, right? I didn't play the Cold War campaign, but in that sort of transition period to the strong narratives, memorable characters, emotional, fucking fantastic. Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare, World at War, all these games, right? Beautiful campaigns, right? Actually, I don't know if World at War had I don't know. Anyway, they had amazing campaign. Even Ghosts had an amazing campaign, I reckon, right? Now let's look at the last 5 years, roughly 2019 onwards. Some attempts to revive narration ambition. They did try and bring back Soap and Ghost, but it didn't really do much. The campaigns got a lot shorter. They were weaker. They were kind of just following the same usual campaign. The same usual safe, repetitive, here's the mission, here's the story, mission, cutscene. Same sort of walk through here, the map changes, you kill people, you go here, then there's a cutscene, right? It's the same shit. COD Modern Warfare 3 in 2023, so the remake, campaign was criticized as shallow, short, and rushed. Modern Warfare 3, the original Modern Warfare 3, had a fucking... Well, Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, and Black Ops and Black Ops 2 had amazing campaigns. Absolutely, there's the storyline, the connection, how you felt playing it was just fucking amazing, right? And then the fact that they remade two of the best Call of Duty, three of the best Call of Duties, and they just destroyed them. Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, with half-assed campaigns and shit multiplayer. Activision is just a horrible company, right? But with low review scores, COD campaigns are often treated as add-ons rather than main draws in community discussion. Same with Battlefield. XDA ranking of COD Modern Warfare 3 2023 recycled multiplayer maps as levels and campaign felt like filler. That's all it is these days. It's an extra advertising point. You can play multiplayer and the campaign. Bonus campaign, right? It's not part of the game anymore. It's not why people buy it. It's just horrible, right? Campaign reviews over the last 5 years say the campaign for Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, the 2023, got negative reception. Many reviewers flagged the campaign as shallow, short, and rushed. IGN gave it a 4 out of 10. Gamer Ranks, campaign's worst to best, says Modern Warfare 3, 2023, is amongst the lowest, arguing the campaign lacked meaning, while older titles like Black Ops 2 still occupy high rating. You're never going to beat them. Activision don't care anymore. They can't make money off a campaign. A campaign is an add-on to sell it so someone can get an extra 6 hours, 10 hours, 5 hours, 4 hours of playtime. But they just want you straight in multiplayer. That's where everyone ends up anyway. And they want you buying skins and battle passes and season passes. There's no extra add-ons. There's never extra stories. There's never extra any missions. It's all the same shit. From community threads. Are Call of Duty campaigns worth it? Players often say that post-Modern Warfare 3 campaigns fall short of the emotional or memorable impact. Agreed, wholeheartedly. Comparative notes, right? Older COD campaigns are still held up as gold standards, especially for narrative, mission variety and risk, right? Branching and memorable villains. Of course, people still talk about Ghost and the Soap and shit like that. In the last 5 years, critics and communities say campaigns are often shorter, more formulaic, sometimes recycling multiplayer level design or skimping on character deaths. Yeah, sometimes they just chuck you in the map, the multiplayer map, and you just fucking like, what the fuck is this? They've just put you in the multiplayer map and gone, let's play through, and they open a couple of extra rooms. Fucking disgusting. Campaigns move from being core to being extra in big shooters. Back in the day, they used to advertise. They felt so confident that their campaigns were good and the multiplayer was fantastic that they sold you a dream of, you've got so much hours in this game. You can play the campaign multiple times. You can do different things. You can play multiplayer. There is so much to do. There is so much to remember. There is so much to feel in these campaigns that you are stupid not to buy this game. And they're right, and they cared, and they didn't worry about the investors and making them extra money. They were just happy to make a good product, and that's how they ended up where they are. These days, and Battlefield is exactly the same, but Battlefield never had that memorable characters. No one really talks about Battlefield campaigns like they do Call of Duty campaigns. But I asked the question, if you've made it this far, are campaigns worth it in 2025 and beyond? Because my personal preference is use those developers and put them into something to do with multiplayer or experience or something, and just get rid of the campaign. No one buys it. It just makes the game look like a weak effort, and it's just not needed. No one buys it for the campaign anymore. Let's just stick to what it is. It's a multiplayer game, and just make the multiplayer better. That's my opinion. But anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave the video a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!